What's up? You're listening to episode 81.
Seaside Park is where we're gonna be. Seaside, seaside, seaside beach. By the salty air and the deep blue sea. Seaside, seaside, seaside beach. Our waves ain't the highest, we got yellow sand. The girls in bikinis are the finest in the land. At Seaside.
Hey, what's up, everyone? You're listening to episode 81 of J-Ent Radio. Today is Sunday, July 31st, as we are a few hours away from August 1st. Isn't that going to be something? The last month of summer vacation for our younger listeners. Oh man, I can tell you August is, it's a great feeling because, you know, it's still a month more for summer vacation. A few weeks left for those of you who have to go to school early. For me, August is a month that, has been full of surfing days, and unfortunately I'm no longer living near the beach area, but nearest beach area is about 2 hours away, and that is the Central Coast, which is Morro Bay, Avila, and Pismo. But man, August, I do know that one of the feelings that I hate about August is seeing those back-to-school ads. And I think everyone here in the United States can probably feel that. Being young, maybe in grade school or junior high or high school, and then you see these back-to-school ads saying, buy your Trapper Keeper. Well, actually, I don't even know if they have Trapper Keepers anymore. I'm dating myself here. But remember that feeling when you see those back-to-school ads? That truly sucks. And you just feel like, oh, man, 2 more weeks. You're just literally counting the days until school starts. And it's just a really yucky feeling. And for our younger listeners, I feel your pain. Seriously, I do. I know how it is, and for some people, going back to school is probably an awesome feeling, especially if you had such a crummy, sucky summer vacation so far, or if you want to get away from family or something like that. School provides an escape for some people. Anyway, you were listening to a interesting special summer episode of J-Ent Radio, the podcast edition, episode 81. I said that right? I think so. But as you can tell from the lame opening theme, I couldn't find a cool one. I had to use the stock music that I own, these CDs I own, and I was just looking through different music to what would capture the summer feel. And I was looking through the CD here, and it says Seaside Beach, 60s beach harmony style. And I figured, you know what? Since summer to me is surfing, figured, let's go ahead and try this song. And they had this faux beach boy type of song, and it kind of sucks, but what the hell? I used it. So that's why you're hearing this opening theme. You're not going to hear that. You're not going to hear it every episode. Actually, maybe just a Sunday summer episodes while we discuss summer-related things. So, yep, this is what this episode is going to be about. All about summer. And called my friend in New Jersey, and he just says, "Oh my gosh, summer in New Jersey and New York just sucks right now. Very, very, very humid." And I don't know. I have never been to New York during the summer. I know my friends in Tokyo really, really complain about the heat that they get around this time. And here in California, again, it gets hot. And in the Bay Area, depending where you live, if it's Daly City and Pacifica, you're going to have some cool weather and some fog. I know in Long Beach, where I lived, the weather is actually pretty cool during the morning, but once you hit around 2 o'clock or so, it gets really hot. But in a way, I would rather have that than have constant hot weather like now. But again, this is August, and I guess I tend to see August as, final month of summer. Even though summer, I don't know what day it actually ends. I think it's September, right? But September is not, to me, September is a cool down month. August, fortunately, is the last time that you can enjoy that summer vacation for many of you who are still attending college. I do know that a few friends want to have some fun within the next 2 weeks because college is coming up for college students 3 weeks from now. So why not enjoy these last few weeks and have some fun? And with podcasting, there's a few sites or a few podcasts that talk about the fun things of summer what to do in their area. One podcast that I enjoy is Surfing News Podcast, and that is Davo's podcast. Davo has a podcast that deals about surfing contests, surfing news around his area. He pretty much drives his the bus, I guess you could say, the Volkswagen bus, and drives while recording his podcast before going surfing or checking out a surfing comp. And what I like about that is just to hear hear how things are going at Huntington Beach. And that's what I love about podcasts, especially those who have a regional podcast. Baka Chat with ET's podcast. I love that podcast because he's in Hawaii and you can hear what's going on in the Hawaii area. And those are the things I really get stoked about, to hear things that otherwise, it takes you away from where you're living, and you just get to experience what they're going through their podcast, through their sightseeing podcast. And another one is, of course, Rob's New York Minute podcast. Definitely, 3 podcasts I recommend checking out. Well, next Sunday, I will go back to the beach to do some skimboarding. Back in March, I hurt my ankle, pretty badly, I guess you could say, with skimboarding. And I know it's kind of weird for the old man to do some skimboarding, but actually, it's something that I do enjoy. I'm not overly, involved in extreme sports. I think skimboarding is probably the surfing and skimming is probably the most, I'll ever do. I don't do anything hardcore. Also, I'm not too hardcore to go YMA or anything like that. No. Probably kill myself. But, I think back in March, I did some skimboarding. And I don't know if it's a combination of the cold weather. It was getting hot, and I figured, I'll go out there, and it was a really cold day, and I'm not sure if it was, I don't know how to explain it, but just to sum it up, was doing some skimboarding with a few guys out there, went out, and once I got on the board, and once I was skimming on the water, I heard a pop. And I realized that maybe not a pop, maybe more like a crack. And I felt, oh crap, my ankle. I fell off the board right away and got up slowly. And right away I looked at my right ankle, and it was swollen. Was able to walk on it. I could move it, rotate it, and so forth. But I was really scared because I didn't know if I broke it or not. So that day and in the next 2 weeks, it was swollen. And for the first month or maybe a month and a half, had problems doing, basic things on it. And I figured, I better take it easy. So it was definitely not going to stop me from going to the beach. And I ended up, doing a lot of bodyboarding. So it gave me another time. It gave me the extra time actually to appreciate bodyboarding more. And I guess I was so focused on surfing, with my surfboards and skimboarding that I didn't realize how much fun bodyboarding is. So it was a really great experience to get back into it and get a new board and so forth, and also try out a few things. But this Sunday I'm going back out there, and I'm really a little bit confused right now if I want to do skimboarding or if I want to surf, or if I want to bodyboard. The only thing is I'll be going with a few friends, and I don't want to carry too much stuff with me here. So I'm actually looking at my skimboard. For those of you who are wondering what kind of skimboard I have a slot stick Provag, and it's an XL board. It's a wonderful board, and it's kind of weird because every time I go skimboarding, most of the people at the beaches I go to, and just to let everyone know, before, I used to go to Huntington, Newport, and Seal Beach in Southern California. But now, here in Central California, the nearest beach is about an hour and 45 minutes away or so, and that's Morro Bay, Avila Beach, or Pismo Beach. And most of the people that I see there, you see about maybe 2 or 3 people with professional boards or popular name boards, but a lot of people on woodies. Woodies are the boards that you can typically find at surf shops and the shops near the beach. And those boards, they're not expensive, but you're really limited. So I like to have fun and give kids and people who skimboard the opportunity to check out my slot stick and to give it a try. And hopefully they'll consider purchasing a really good board. A lot of good boards out there from Exile, Victoria, and so forth. So I believe I have a picture of my gear. I'm not sure if I have it on my site or if it's on Friendster. I'm not sure. But, I have a slot stick Provag. As for my surfboards, I got to get a new board. I'm actually thinking of getting a my first new longboard. And I was thinking of getting one shaped by Robert August, or actually just going out and just, go to the surf shop and buying a new one. But, I'd like to get into longboarding. I do have 2 boards that I've used since college, my early college years, right after high school. And, I need a new board now, short board and long board, to accommodate my old age now. My style. I guess it's just, I don't think I have the necessary physical attributes and speed and quickness that I had as a young grommet back then. So I need a new board. So that's something I look forward to. Not sure if I'm going to get it this year. There's just a few business trips I need to plan around the country, and but I do want to get a new board, and that's just one of my goals for maybe at the end of the summer or maybe next summer, actually. So we'll see how that works. Anyway, for skimboarding, if you want to know more about skimboarding, please visit Derek Makikau's website at foreverskimthemag.com. It's an online magazine that he designs via Flash, and it's just very, very awesome. It's one of the coolest, it's actually the coolest skimboard magazine on the internet, and it actually does a great job compared to the print skim magazines. So that's something you might want to check out there. So again, that's foreverskimthemag.com, and you'll see our ad in there. We do support skimboarding, so we do have an ad on there. As for bodyboarding, what do I recommend for that? Actually, there's if I can get this to work here. Here we go. There's a new online magazine site, and I believe it was inspired by Derek's Forever Skim Mag, and this one's A-Frame. And A-Frame, you visit www.a-framemag.com. And A-Frame is a quarterly online magazine and has really cool articles, interviews, and photography. That's where both online magazines are very strong in their photography. A lot of contributions from amateur to professional photographers who are just, helping out the community. And I think that's really awesome. And you can check out episode 1 right now. Not episode 1, issue 1 from the website. So that's aframe.mag.com. That's a-framemag.com. So anyway, what's a summer theme podcast without some summer theme music? So here's a Giant 444 summertime 444, I guess you can say. And the first one to start things off is KGM with Everyday. And you can check out KGM's website at www.k3.dion.ne.jp/cook-jam. Here's KGM with Everyday.
出会えつなメロンピアまたの名を乗りえもんかずロッタイバレ佐々木トゥダをかやすGM タボへ必要なものは遠く離れた街から君のために歌おうってソファパンや心もない笑顔ばかり重なりあふりなれ合い人は皆知らないぼりながら涙こらえたり手両種構えてる左右羽が見えてるでま誰かで日のはめたって見上げて笑うんだね人の言葉聞きもしないで何悟った願望するの見てみろそう西の方隣の国も Happy day Happy night もったいないお時間はない Happy day Happy night 知ってる Life is one time Happy day Happy night もっと街が盛り上がるように Happy day ビナメラン PM の愛レタイラスク払い今はせてないでおけばいいさまたもがいていざゆかんかの地へと時に足はすくむけど目がそう大きく胸張って小さな夢だって戸惑いと払いたいまだまだ止まれないんだ Every day Happy night もったいないお時間はない Happy day Happy night 知ってる Life is one time Happy day Happy night の手まで届くように手伸ばして手伸ばして手伸ばして掴めとるんだ目線いつか耳鳴りが止む頃その心いつめ枠をと種をまいてやがて大地に根付いてそめてあってや腹から声出してさ君の居場所教えてください波を連れるムーミンのようなレケミューリコセアビブーダそうだ君はどんな鳴き声上げて生まれただろうかパパママ二人ないわどんくらいの希望くれたろうなせ俺から君に手渡すから好きなように噛み砕いてから君の友へ恋人へ大切な誰かへ Happy day Happy night もったいないお時間はない Happy day Happy night 知ってる Life is one time Happy day Happy night もっと街が盛り上がるように Happy day みんなメロン PM の愛レタイラスク払い
Yo, this is a bakery sound.
Ooh la la la, zaga zaga zaga, yeah. Ooh, ooh la 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 la, yeah. そう見事もとレゲエとヒップホップの愛の子コリアンジャパニーズで生まれた日本フラッタックエビの半分ずつ選手ビーナバリのハイブリッドそう見事もとマンズクラスいないならこっちゃ聞いてくれやけどなんぼでもルックする部長ライマーアイリーライフ目指し輝くファーマーインフォーマー気をつけなバカ実らせる精神の花流麗なる全身切り開くかや童心に変える心身を共にしようかそこの面系あれと共に行こうか俺がレゲエとヒップホップの愛の子コリアンジャパニーズで生まれた日本フラッタックエビの半分ずつセンチミーナバリのハイブリッドそう見事もとレゲエとヒップホップの愛の子コリアンジャパニーズで生まれた日本フラッタックエビの半分ずつセンチミーナバリのハイブリッドそう見事もとレゲエとヒップホップの愛の子コリアンジャパニーズで生まれた日本フラッタックエビの半分ずつセンチミーナバリのハイブリッドそう見事もとレゲエとヒップホップの愛の子コリアンジャパニーズで生まれた日本フラッタックエビの半分ずつセンチミーナバリのハイブリッドそう見事もとばらつき放題言う俺の嫉妬そこの君ならわかるべきとじっとしてる間にすぐさま行動本能赴くままに上昇 Yo これが This the 44 on high grade 見てる暇があるならば飲みな歌いな卑猥な言葉 Yeah およレベルわらレゲエとヒップホップの愛の子コリアンジャパニーズで生まれた日本フラッタックベビーの半分ずつセンチミーナバリのハイブリッドそう見事もとレゲエとヒップホップの愛の子コリアンジャパニーズで生まれた日本フラッタックベビーの半分ずつセンチミーナバリのハイブリッドそう見事もと
And to end the JN444 Indie Artists music block was School Zone with Ground Box acoustic version. Before that, you listened to MTR with Summertime Blues. You can find more information on MTR by visiting his website at www.gongon.jp. Gun Room. And before that, you heard Show 411 with Butu. And, to get more information on Show 441, you can visit his website at ip.tosp.co.jp/i.asp. That's Show 411, and you heard his song Butu. And to start off, the J444 was KGM with Everyday. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break, and we'll be back with more Summertime JN.
My neck, my back, my podcast, and my...
Dude, that's not how the song goes.
What? Then how does it go?
Well, it goes like this.
Thank God I didn't sing that.
OtakuGeneration.net. Getting lyrics wrong since birth. Catch us every Wednesday for news, reviews, and stuff you can use for the otaku in you. Dude, not podcasting. Cats. Think cats.
Take a soundscape journey with electronic music by Tomoyuki Sugimoto. Modulation incorporates everyday sounds, Japanese culture, and vibrating loops into 5 to 10 minutes. Modulation SUGIMOTO.BE.
Check out the World of Anime on podcast for discussions on all-around anime fandom. For more information or to tune in, visit the World of Anime website at worldofanime.project760.com and start otakuing with us.
Question 1.
How can I become rich and famous?
Question 2.
What's the meaning of life?
Question 3.
Where can I find a fun weekly trivia quiz podcast? The answer to at least one of these questions can be found by visiting www.podquiz.com. That's www.podquiz.com.
Welcome to Baka Chat. Hey, this is ET from Baka Chat. Reverse culture shock at its best. www.inanet.com. That's AINANET.com. Mahalo. Now back to Kennedy with J-Ant. The source, the only source for Japanese entertainment.
Back to your host, Kennedy. No, not the dead president.
Another site that I tend to visit a lot in terms of surfing is, of course, the Surfer magazine site, surfermag.com. But I also like to visit this site when it comes to, finding out what's happening with surfing and also the conditions. Is this site right here. I visit surfline.com, and there's a lot of Surfline type of websites out there, but Surfline is the main one I like to visit for conditions and so forth. I get a lot of, I actually got a few questions from some people who emailed me back in the Metro Media Complex and who also listen to JN Radio as well. They were wondering about skimboarding and it was actually from a girl who was wondering if skimboarding is easy to pick up, if bodyboarding is easy to pick up, and also if she and her boyfriend, she would like to get both of them involved, but they're afraid of they can't swim. Well, for skimboarding, I recommend you could get a Woody. Again, those are cheap, and but again, you would like a better board. You can buy beginner boards. One is a Zap. Depending on your weight, there's different boards out there. An excellent resource to look at in terms of buying a board and so forth is Skim Online, and that one is run by Aaron Peluso, who is the owner of Excel Skimboards, and he's he has a wonderful site for a lot of information. His forum boards are really awesome. SkimCity.com is an online store, and it's actually the only physical skimboarding store in the United States, and it's run by Greg. And he has a DVD out on how to learn how to skimboard, and also he's very cool to talk to when it comes to what kind of board to buy and so forth. But the Zap boards are very cheap. There's quite a few beginner boards that range from $40 to $65. But that one you kind of have to be around under 125 pounds. If you weigh more, then you go the next step up, and that can range from $150 to $250 around there. As for bodyboarding, an excellent website for that is ebodyboarding.com. And Jay Rail, who's a wonderful person and also a person I always watched on television for bodyboarding, he owns that shop, and he's very, very helpful. You can email him, and he'll reply back to you. Really awesome individual, and definitely a cool website to check out. As for surfing, I believe it's, Surfer Mag, is it Surfer the Mag or surfermag.com, has an excellent forum board where a lot of people are there to help you out with questions and so forth. But to answer the question if surfing and bodyboarding or skimboarding is easy, skimboarding takes time. You practice on the sand, and you really don't go out too far in the water. So if you're afraid of sharks or if you're afraid of drowning, you really don't have to worry. If anything, the main thing you have to worry about with skimboarding is you have to take precautions in where you land. A lot of people like to go skimboard and go straight towards, to hit the wave, and they'll do flips and they'll fly from their skimboard. And if you land wrong, you get hurt. That's why you kind of have to, you don't want to do those advanced moves early on. Another thing is, you take your time and you go slow. And I think that's how it is with a lot of beginner sports. And bodyboarding is one where you really don't have to go too far. You can enjoy the shallow waves if you want. You don't have to paddle that far. So if you are afraid of drowning or you can't swim that well, you don't have to be far out there. People who charge after the larger waves, you want to learn how to swim, and you want to learn how to to swim if you get into that the trouble of getting out there, getting caught there, especially if there's no lifeguard. You don't want your friends to peer pressure you to going far when you can't swim. It's something you just don't want to do. But for bodyboarding, you can go out there, not too far, and still have a fun time. Chest high or waist high, you can still make it happen. And I can tell you right now, Central California is, depending where you go, there's a lot of places for shallow waves. But if you're gonna go to Hawaii or some major place like Tahiti or something to do some bodyboarding, and you're a beginner, you might want to think about not going too far, because those waves are really shore break waves. They're big, and it's near shore. We're here in California, in many beaches, the waves are kind of small near shore. So use your common sense. If the wave is very big and you're a beginner and you've never done it before, it's something you might not want to do. You want to go where... Also, here's a big thing, and this is very important. If there's a lot of people out there, you got to respect them. There is a lineup. You just don't go out there and think you can take the wave. You have to be respectful for the people who are out there on the beach, because otherwise, if you snake someone, and that means you get in their way while they're surfing or bodyboarding or whatever. Prepare for the ramifications. You don't want to go out there and interfere with someone surfing and so forth. Sometimes, the people there will be respectful, and, when it's your time, they'll let you do it. But more than likely, when it comes to big waves, you leave that up to the people who have experience. And, if there's a beach, area that doesn't have, really sophisticated large waves, you might want to try that first. As for surfing, I recommend buying a beginner board or learning board where that's a little bit wide that you can float and also paddle with and just get up pretty easy. Those boards you can get at any surf shop. There's a lot of beginner boards out there that range from $900 to $200. $99 to $200. But once you start getting better, you want to invest in a better board. And you need to make a decision if you want to go short board or long board. As for what size of board you need, I think the best resource for that is there's a DVD out there called Step Into the Liquid, and Robert August has this program that pretty much you just enter in your height information, your weight, and so forth, and it'll pretty much give you an idea of what kind of board you need. But of course, that's with his company. You might want to. Well, I can't say go to the surf shop because many of the people that I talk to, like my local surf shop, some people that I talk to have no idea of what to recommend for surfing because they don't surf, they skate, and their knowledge is about skateboards. And you really want to talk to someone who has an idea of what kind of board to get. If you can get it directly from a shaper, nice. But if you're going to go to a surf shop, then do your research first, especially online, before buying a board, because the size and also the rocker and everything else about surfing, you want to do your research first. So what else is there? Also, check out the magazines out there for the print magazines. You got for surfing, you got Surfer, Surfing, Transworld Surf. You got Longboard. And then for skimboarding, you have the Skim magazine. And of course, I mentioned Derek's magazine, Forever Skim. For bodyboarding, unfortunately, there is Rot, or Rot Mag, but there was option. There's not many American-based print publications for bodyboarding anymore. It's a difficult and unfortunate circumstance where the surfing industry really has not been there to support bodyboarders or skimboarders. It's just, it's something that they really, like advertisers really have not invested in, not like the early 90s, so it's unfortunate. But you can still find the Australians, and I believe the people from the UK have their own bodyboarding magazine. But again, I believe you can still get Rot magazine, and you can still get the older magazines of Option and Rot from eBodyboarding, and also you can get magazines on DVD. I think Option has Volume 1 and Volume 2. Those are two really good DVDs. No Friends have they produce great bodyboarding DVDs. And for surfing, my gosh, I think if you buy the Step Into Liquid and the Riding Giants, I think those two DVDs have some information for beginning surfers. What else is there? My gosh, I have a lot of surfing DVDs, but those are some things you want to check. As for skimboarding, again, Skim City Greg of skimcity.com, he has a DVD out there for like $9 on the basics of skimboarding. Definitely worth checking out. You can also check out, his there's the 10th Street Brothers. They have many cool DVDs for skimboarding, but those are more showcasing the professionals, if anything. But do your research and you'll find some good stuff out there. What else? What other important information did I have? I guess there's more I can discuss again in the next podcast. This is one's going a little bit long. It's already about almost half hour, so I'm just going to leave it as it is, and I'll call it a day. So this is, the first of a, JN Surfing edition, summer edition of this podcast, and we're not going to talk about surfing all the time. If anything, I still want to, stay with the topic of summer, and definitely want to hear what's going on with your summer. And I really welcome audio comments, so you can send us your audio comment at nt2099@gmail.com. And I wish I could play some music here that deals with summer. A lot of people have been writing in, oh, why don't you play J-pop music, man? And hey, I wish I can, but unfortunately with the rules with iTunes and also with podcasting in general, definitely different from those who stream their music via maybe like Japan Radio and other types of streaming broadcasts. Different rules when it comes to podcasting, where it's called a physical download. And oh man, I believe an associate of mine told me that just for popular music here in the U.S., around 8 cents per download. And that's per download. So if you have 8,000 listeners per episode, it adds up. It definitely adds up. So, and that's just for one song. So you kind of have to be careful with podcasting and legal music. That's why many of us play indie music and what we call pod-safe music. So that's the only thing we can do right now. Anyway, it's about 1:00 a.m. and now it is August 1st today, and I think I'm going to call it quits for tonight, and we'll have another podcast coming soon. So next one will of course feature on JNT News, and we'll get back to JNT and Indie 444, JNT music and so forth. But hope everyone is having a good summer vacation so far, and I'll see you guys later. So take care. Bye bye.
Visit JNT on the web at www.nt2099.com/J-ENT and email JNT Radio at nt2099@gmail.com. See you next time.